What's up, Calgary? Great Northern Discussions. I'm your host, Kevin Tucker. We're back in the studio again, this time with the founder of GEDfest. And GEDfest is fast approaching. Going to be coming up here October 18th. If you're not familiar with GEDfest, you should be. It's now in its 8th season, and it's a tribute to Gordon Edward Downey, which is why it's called GEDfest, celebrating the Tragically Hip. And it's all about coming together and celebrating live music. We get into all kinds of topics in this one, the origins of where his love for the Tragically Hip started, how it united Canada. We talk lots about Gordy and Paul Langlois and members of the band. Yeah, you're going to want to tune into it. It's a good one, but make sure you get onto the websites and buy some tickets and help support the cause. As always, many thanks to our sponsors, Lone Star Directional Drilling. Okay, so sorry. Yeah, carry on. We were talking about Jay Onright, and he gave a.
I was gonna say, yeah, we had, he gave a great one, and in the prompting was to tell a story about the hip, and he told the story of seeing the hip, and
Yeah.
We also sent one of these prompts to Milt Stilll.
Did ya?
Oh, he was the first one that got back to us.
Yeah.
And I remember I was in a hotel in Vancouver with my wife, and I got back the Stilll video, and I fist pumped, and I was so pumped, and he did such an incredible job.
Yeah.
He was, and he told the story about the first song he had ever heard by the hip and how it gripped him, and it was a gift shop. And
Oh, well, I was thinking of
What a
going.
beauty.
I was thinking of going down that path today.
Sure.
Anyway, I think it's first of all, it's an incredible thing you're doing. Second, not only just as a diehard hip fan, like I drive some of my friends nuts. Most of them are hip get heads, or what do you want to call them?
yeah.
TTHers, whatever you want
Yeah.
to call the hip fans. Most of them are anyways, but like every golf round, I start with the hip.
Sure.
Because everybody knows it.
Yeah.
It's not heavy.
Uh-huh.
And everybody gets bopping in a groove. So
Yeah.
every single golf round, every single road trip, we start with the hip. My daughter, who is 8, we call it the relaxing song, and we put on Ahead by a Century. When
Nice.
she says, I'm a little amped up.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
amped up. Can
okay.
you put on the relaxing song? And she puts her hands behind her head, and we listen to Ahead by a Century. She knows the whole story about Gordon Downey and how we lost him to brain cancer. And anyway, it's super embedded in my life, and that's our vintage, I guess. So obviously embedded in yours.
Totally. I'll give you, I don't want to let all the secrets out of the bag.
Yeah.
But remind me to tell you when we're going to play Ahead by a Century at GEDfest so that you can record it for your daughter.
Oh my God. Yeah, she's going to lose it. And I'm so excited because I didn't realize. I knew what GEDfest was, and I have to apologize. I can't believe I haven't gone before. And then a mutual pal of ours, Jake O'Brien, we had done some collabing and his Oil Patch Brotherhood, stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, man, why am I not going to GEDfest? And so I put it on the books quite a few months ago. And especially have it being such an important part of our family life. And then I was like, well, I got to get you in here. We got to be pumping this thing. Let's get the word out.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. What did obviously, let's start with where it started for you as a fan for the hip, and then maybe we can get into some of your work life and things like that.
Well, yeah, for sure. So I was, I'm born and raised in on the prairies in Regina. Grew up in the 80s. And so, the hip so Up to Here came out in 89.
Yep.
Right? And that was probably my first, relationship with the hip, and it kind of started from there. It was with Up to Here, and then you go to college, and you remember, you listen to songs and it brings you back to moments.
Yes.
Right?
100%.
I can remember exactly where I was when I first heard various songs.
Yes,
And,
me too. Yeah, with all kinds of them. Yeah. for sure.
And that's true of a lot of people in our sphere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, our vintage.
Our vintage.
Yeah.
Yep. in our vintage.
I asked Victor beforehand, who runs our studio here, if he was familiar with the hip. He's different gen, not familiar with the hip, and that's okay because it brings me back to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, and my parents who were all over Blue Rodeo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
Who are a phenomenal band.
Oh, amazing.
But to me at the time, I was like, what?
No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. And so, you know, that's where kind of the relationship with the hip started with me was natural. I was born in Regina, you know, 1989. You're watching Much Music, and, you know, New Orleans is Sinking comes on, or the video for Blow It High Do comes on. And, you know, I was on another show with this fantastic hip podcaster in Toronto. I got to tell you about him. But
tell me about him. Yeah, sure.
I was on a show of his. It's called the Tragically Hip Top 40. It's
my God, I was going to bring it up. You go. I got a story too.
Yeah. He invited me on his show for number 6 in the countdown.
Number 6.
Yeah.
Have they finished that? Because he started January.
They just did episode 3 with Mike Downey.
Okay.
Episode 2 is coming up, and I don't know who the guest is, but it airs on Monday.
Yeah.
And then number 1 is announced live at an event in Toronto.
Yeah.
That Tara Sloan is hosting. And she's the one who sort of pulls out, this is song number 1.
Number 1.
Mike Downey will be the whole, you know, Gord's personal photographer will be there,
shit.
Right?
Just for people listening, you can look it up on Spotify or Apple if you haven't yet. It's the Tragically Hip, literally the Tragically Hip Top 40 countdown. You can pull it up, and there are random guests all the way through the top 40 songs that the people have chosen.
Yeah, exactly. It's great show.
Yeah.
And
so you were on there. Cool.
Yeah, I was on there.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. And I have it.
And so song number 6, the song that I was asked to, you know, talk about as my favorite song I was given, was Up to Here. Was Blow It High Do.
Blow It High Do,
the debut, you know, this track number 1 from that album.
Yeah.
Right. And anyhow, that's, you know, just kind of went from there with me. Like most fans, I drifted off for a while.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You veered out and came back to the hip.
Came back. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. It's funny. This is how the hip pulls all us Canadians together. I feel like we're always within 6 degrees of separation of the hip, especially our gen. But you said growing up in Regina. So I went to Notre Dame. I played junior out there. I did 3 years. So I was a little older. I was 18 when I went there, 17, 18.
Do you mind me asking when?
Go ahead. What's that?
Do you mind me asking when?
Oh, 92. I went there. 92 to 95.
92, 95. Yeah,
I went there, and then I went to university.
Okay.
But, so I was already a hardcore when I went there, so that would have been Up to Here, even fully completely by that time.
Road Apples.
Road Apples, yeah. That would have been, yeah, that's right. Because I'm thinking of CD cases, right?
Sure, exactly.
Road Apples, but this comes full story because of this show. I had an email, a messenger, Facebook messenger from a buddy of mine who was just on the show. And he said, I thought you'd appreciate this. And he was my roommate. He was in grade 10. And
at Notre Dame?
At Notre Dame. Yeah. And I was like the old guy coming into grade 12 just for junior.
But you're close if you're roommates.
Yeah, we're tight. And he's
tight.
my boy. He's my guy, and his name's Brent Eilot.
Okay.
And he went on this show and talked about his origin, and that origin was me.
Yeah, really.
the old dude coming in who introduced him to the hip.
No shit.
He said it wasn't immediate, but then he went to some shows, but it's just kind of funny. It all comes full circle.
Totally.
Yeah. So, so you're a hip fan, and obviously, so when did you start taking up, you know, music and or you're always into it, obviously, but.
Well, no. I'm you know, I'm a masochist generally in life.
Yeah.
And so I, you know, took up drumming in my 40s.
Okay.
On a whim. I'd never sat on a drum throne before in my life, but I'd always wanted to.
Yeah.
And then a conversation with my father-in-law sparked me, and I booked my lessons on Monday, and that was about 12 years ago, something like that. So that's when I started playing music.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you always feel like you could play? Because I always felt like I could drum. Like I actually signed up for lessons in my 40s and never went.
Yeah. I thought I had rhythm.
Yeah.
I thought I thought that I'd be able to pick it up, and you know, I think I've picked it up. I doubt that from time to time.
Yeah.
You know, as you know, insecurities and stuff like that try and tell you otherwise sometimes, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I picked it up in picked up drumming in particular in my 40s, and met the guys in the band Trickle Down. Probably, you know, 3 years after I started drumming, and these guys are all like seasoned musicians.
They're pros.
Yeah. You know, Dave, our front man, Jeff, our guitarist, and Ken, our bassist, who were all in the, you know, original lineup.
Yeah.
You know, they've all, you know, done, you know, music as a career in some shape or form at some point in their life.
Yeah, this is not just their passion.
Correct. Like, it's what they've done. Now, they all gone on to have day jobs and, you know, grow up.
Not easy to make it.
No, not easy to make it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they're all still in the band now, with the exception of guitarist, who was my father-in-law.
Yeah.
And,
oh, wow.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so it was, you know, it was a family affair too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I just wanted to get into a little bit. So your day job right now is you're in the financial world. So what are you doing right now? Where are you working?
I'm a partner with an independent wealth management firm called Wellington-Altus Private Wealth.
Yeah.
I hope people listening, I don't know if you call them viewers, because, you know,
listeners,
listeners,
yeah, sure.
I guess listeners will have heard of our brand.
Yes,
you know?
I think so.
I think so too. I mean, fastest growing Canadian independent wealth management company.
Yeah.
One of the best managed, one of the best places to work. I worked for 25 years at a bank.
At a bank.
And I had a great career.
Yeah. Yeah. BMO.
That's right. Yeah. And
okay.
You know, BMO was a great, like, man, I started on Monday, the Monday after I graduated university on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, so
worked your way up through the trenches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so you hadn't, I guess back then, you weren't into music yet. I mean, you were not playing yet. That wasn't into your
I was always into music.
You were into it. Sure.
Yeah. You know, live music, you know, junkie, I would say. So I was always into music.
Well, do you want to know what? This is also kind of crazy because I haven't done a ton of podcasts. I mean, I'm approaching 40 here now, 40 podcasts myself, but I've had 3 people in here now, including yourself. And I'm a big music guy. That kind of started later in life. Like Dallas Alexander, who we just had on.
Okay.
He started songwriting later in life about his trauma. Really, it was after his brother committed suicide. And he started writing music. One of my very first podcasts, Jason Price Country, he was a massive hip fan as well. He is now a country artist. He started in his 30s. He picked up a guitar to help to teach his son that when you start something, you don't quit. And so he started playing guitar with him, and now he's singing, and he's got an incredible voice. Crazy. And then so yourself, now you're touring around playing in a cover band, and
And you know, I'd say that what's common amongst those 3 stories is that, you know, music is a way of, especially trying to pick it up as an adult, of either dealing with something, usually of dealing with something, right? Trauma, for instance, right? You know, for me, I don't think it was trauma.
No.
You know.
You just wanted to play. Or maybe it's a little more than that.
I think I wanted to push myself.
Needed some motivation for.
I was in my 40s. You know what happens after your 40s, come your 50s, and then your 60s, and you know,
belt starts getting a little tighter.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah. And you know, I'd always wanted to push, you know, myself into areas of discomfort. Yeah. Right. And that's, you know, and so that's dealing with some kind of trauma. But I don't call it. It's not trauma to me. It's like you know, it just, you know, gave me a really incredible nudge into a whole world that I had never experienced to that point. Yeah. And that many people won't have experienced, right? You know,
It's true.
So you know, I've been just music has just given me an enormous gift in life, and you know, one of the pictures we show often, like graphics we show of Gord. And we try not to do that too much, you know, most of the, you know, because out of respect.
Yes.
There's you know, someone posted a quote of Gord's, and it's something along the lines of music is meant to bring people together. So my function in life is to draw people in.
Yeah.
Right. Bring people together. You know,
Yeah, he's a performer. I mean,
that's right.
Through and through.
And so for me, the interpretation of that is around community.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
My job is to use whatever to, you know, build some community.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And that's, you know, part of what the aim of GEDfest is to do. It's a community organization, grassroots, right? Volunteers, you know, nonprofit, you know, negative profit for me, for sure, which is great. You know, what else am I going to do with giving my money?
Right.
I can write a check or I can do something. I happen to do both, but I think by doing both, it goes a hell of a lot further.
Oh, super admirable. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right. Got to be extremely rewarding.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Especially when you know, look back on things. Right now, we're looking forward and look.
Yeah, you're still growing this thing.
Yeah, big time.
Well, let's go back to the origins of GEDfest itself. We'll talk about the hip for sure. But yeah, where would you say that the idea was born for GEDfest?
Well, you were there.
Yeah.
The
final.
Last show in Calgary.
Last show in Calgary. That's when it was born.
For me and my wife, Julie. So my wife, Julie, is my co-founder.
Yeah.
Right? We're in this together. And we went to that show together. And like everybody, danced and cried and sang.
Yeah.
Right? Did we come up with the idea of GEDfest on the spot? No. But that was where it was
such
born.
a beautiful...
Such a bonding moment for us,
super bonding.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, ours was... I'm sure they were extremely similar in bonding, tears, joy, almost like a community, celebrate. It was like, yeah, it's hard to describe to people. I watched the last show, the very last show, the Kingston one at our place in Montana, but we had brought a crew down and we were crying there, and I did the 2 shows here. And, but I was lucky enough at that time in my life, I was managing a pretty big sized global type company, so we had a suite. I tended to assign those, and I would show up to the ones I wanted to see, but I didn't. But for those 2 shows, those were mine. I picked them, and that door was locked. We did not have the party suite open. We had it. It was a real tight experience, and like you said, yeah, it was because it wasn't super emotional.
It wasn't a party vibe, that's for sure.
No,
you know, it was celebration, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why one of the, you know, our tagline is we celebrate the life and legacy of Gordon Edgar Downey and the music of the Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
Right. While raising money for local cancer-related charities.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, and it is about celebrating.
Yes.
You know, celebrating the Gord and his legacy, celebrating the music of the band, celebrating, you know, the time of life that we talked a little bit about in Canadian culture.
Canadian culture, yeah.
You know, a Canadian culture that's pretty different than what Canadian culture is today.
Yep.
And one that I think is worthy of putting effort into preserving.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it was such a good... I mean, I suppose everybody looks back, I would hope, with some fondness of growing up and wherever that is. But this Tragically Hip... And if people have watched the documentary, it's so, I mean, I've watched it 4 times already, and I've cried every time. It pulls on the strings. It is so embedded in Canadian culture. Yeah, I'd love to see that revitalized. But so after that first concert, then you said it was kind of born. How long after that till the first one came to fruition?
Right. Well, so then Gord died.
Yeah, he died. How long after? 6? I want to say it was 6 months.
6 months. He died in October of 2017. October the 17th.
Yeah, October 17th.
And so annually GEDfest is on the Saturday closest to when Gord passed away. This year it's the 18th, right? Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And so even, so then Gord died. And then, it, like most good ideas, it was pretty innocent. It was my father-in-law and I having a conversation about getting together and playing the album up to here. No, Road Apples front to back, just for something to do. And so we said, well, we got to get a band together. That's when we put the band together, and we started to do a little bit of rehearsing. And then we said, well, if we're gonna do this, we got to play live.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So then it was like, well, why don't we do something on the anniversary of Gord's, passing, and give the money to charity. I mean, all the guys had day jobs. Nobody's in this to make a living.
Yeah, this was all started out of a sheer love for the Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And wanting to do good for the community.
Do good for community,
and give
of
back to
course.
people and play music and have fun.
Yeah.
It's all intertwined,
Yeah.
And so first year, we had it at the Derrick. If you're familiar with the Derrick downtown.
Yeah. Nate.
Yeah,
Nate.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember I went to Nate right before the first GEDfest, and I said, Nate, what's the capacity? And he said, I can't remember. I think it's 185 people.
Yeah, smaller venue, but still. Yeah.
That's right.
Good start. Perfect starting point.
And I said, so what happens if we get to 200 people? And he said, well, I'll pay the fine.
We'll make it work.
And I'll, call you the best promoter in Calgary.
Right, if you actually do this.
If you actually do this, because it was a nothing.
Yeah.
The band had never played before. It was our first time ever playing together.
Yeah.
Was at GEDfest.
Yeah. What year was this again?
2018.
18. Okay.
So the year
passed. Right, a year after. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
And I like to say we raised $7,000 and crumpled up $5 and $10 bills.
Yeah.
And went,
like, hey, that was pretty good.
It was on a Thursday night. And Julie and I looked at each other and we were like, hey, that was a lot of fun. I think we should do that again. And we did it again the next year at the Legion number 1. That was in 2019. 2020 was COVID, but we had a show, the Ironwood, sold it out. 2 shows, afternoon and evening show. Continued to see like the size growing and mostly the funds raised growing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's key.
And like we were growing at that time, like doubling or tripling what we were donating every year.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, more people.
Yeah, more
people.
More
awareness, more money.
Well, and you just learn as you go too. There's no manual.
There's no
to
playbook
this.
for this.
No playbook, right?
Yeah.
Totally like winging all of it. Every bit of it.
Yeah.
That's
amazing. So it just morphed into this kind of animal, and now you're picking up steam. So you're heading into your 8th year. And I guess you also grew from not only Calgary, but now it's up to how many cities? How many cities are we up to? And I know you said this might be a moving target.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, but
so this year there'll be events in 6 cities.
6 cities.
Kelowna,
Calgary,
Edmonton, Regina, and Saskatoon, and Winnipeg. So we proudly got every Western Canadian province covered.
Yeah, incredible.
Right. So we've brought on 3 new chapters this year. So that's Saskatoon, Regina, and Winnipeg. From scratch, right? We're building something from scratch in these communities. GEDfest from scratch. GEDfest has a little bit of brand in Calgary now. It has some recognition for sure, right?
Yep.
People that I haven't told about it have heard about it, right? So I know it has some brand. And now we're trying to build the brand in those cities, and the goal would be, the goal ultimately was 10 cities. The bigger goal was, given again, the time I grew up, the Terry Fox run was a big deal to me.
It was a big uniting moment.
I think, I don't know if you remember that 30 for 30 series. And, and Steve Nash directed a documentary about Terry Fox called Into the Wind.
Okay.
that was part of that 30 for 30 series. It's unbelievably
Oh, that'd be
great.
incredible. Yeah, I'll have to go watch that one. Yeah.
And so, now I would say our goal would be for one day there to be a GEDfest in every city in the country, just like there's a Terry Fox run in every city in the country, right? Varying in sizes, varying in execution, but, all doing the same thing at the same time for common good, right?
It's a fantastic idea because that's what, again, the hip and what Gord was all about. He cared deeply for this country. It spilled out in his music, right?
Exactly.
So have you got any? Actually? Let's talk about the band now. Have you spoken to people from the hip, from the band? Do they reach out? Do you get concerned about because you're cover bands? Is there anything there you have to worry about, or is it all open and awesome?
I would say it's something that we give a lot of thought to.
I'm sure. I don't know how that works. I don't
Yeah.
I mean, you see cover bands all over the place.
Exactly.
For every band. So
yeah, we would consider ourselves a tribute band.
Tribute. Okay.
And one of the cool things about the hip is, as far as I know, there's no other band in Canada that's ever existed where in every single city there's not just one, but usually multiple hip cover bands or tribute bands. There's like 38 of them across Canada.
Is there really? I didn't know there was that many.
So this event that I was telling you about in Toronto from JD, the TTH Top 40. So he's got a band called, there's so many of them I always forget their names. Strictly Hip.
Strictly Hip.
From New York, from Buffalo.
Yeah, well, it makes on the border. Yeah, because they were down there all the time.
That's right. So they're going up to Toronto to play his event, right? So they're not just there's one in
I like some of the names of the other.
Oh, they're
bands.
great.
Some of the other ones that are playing on this on GEDfest specifically are the Hypnoticals.
Hypnoticals are in Edmonton. Yeah. Great group of guys.
And the Hip Replacements
and Kelowna. Right. The Hip Replacements. Paul and his crew are awesome. Like they're Okanagan fixtures.
Okay.
Right. They're doing it full time.
Yeah. Full time. Yeah.
Like 65 shows a year.
You're kidding.
No. Something like that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it reminds me of watching BCDC. I'm sure you've seen them, or have you ever seen BCDC?
They opened for the last two GEDfests.
Okay, well, I'm there doing my research. I haven't been yet, so I didn't know.
Yeah, so the last two were at
incredible.
The last two were at the Palace.
Oh, crazy!
And they opened for us.
How the hell did I not get in on this? I wonder if I was having some issues or something. I don't know what the hell's going on, but they're incredible.
They're incredible.
They're like they are AC/DC.
So when I had a conversation with Darren, the front man, at I think the first time they played at GEDfest, and he is such just a incredible guy, just a peach of a guy.
Yeah, so
friendly and so approachable. He's out in the crowd all night long, dancing and hugging people, and it's just. And he said that I think I have the number right. This was their 1655th show.
Oh my God! Well, I see them down in Montana, or here. They tour everywhere.
They played in Asia. They played in Australia.
Well, how do you not stop and listen if you hear them playing? I mean, they are,
and just their on-stage presence is so incredible. Like they are a tribute band,
in true tribute,
in true sense, right?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm excited to see you guys play because I've had a couple of buddies tell me how impressive you guys are as well. So I'm jacked. Like I want to throw it down. So I'm excited to come see this.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're band's preparing hard.
Yeah. And it's the charity. Why don't we let's specify the charity that you're.
So in Calgary, so part of the ethos of GEDfest is that we support local cancer-related charities. So for instance, if I'm in Kelowna for the event in Kelowna, that money's going to the Kelowna General Hospital Cancer Care Unit.
Yep.
If we're in Edmonton, it's going to the Ben Steltler Foundation. If we're in Winnipeg, it's going to Never Alone Cancer Foundation. So the money stays in the communities. It's not aggregated, right?
Yeah.
Grassroots. keep it in the communities. And so here in Calgary, we're fortunate to have two charitable, relationships. One with the Alberta Cancer Foundation, which is who we've worked with more or less since inception.
Yep.
And the second is the Prostate Cancer Center.
Prostate Cancer Center, who coincidentally, Jeff Davidson is kind of the newest CEO over there, who is also running for mayor. Just had him in here not very long ago.
I would call him one of our higher profile Calgary Gedheads.
Is that right? Yeah. So has he gone to every show too?
He's never been to a show either. But
he hasn't.
No,
okay,
but
but
he's
hip through and through.
He's hip through and through,
Yeah.
and he's GEDfest through and through too.
Yeah.
And he's Calgary through and through too.
Oh, he is Calgary through and through. Yeah. Well, that's great.
So we've I'm one of the great things about GEDfest is it's given me an opportunity to meet lots of really cool people. Jeff being one. I don't think maybe through I met him initially through a business relationship.
Could have been through business, sure. Yeah.
But I got to know him kind of through the charitable side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's doing a great job over there. I think they landed a good one, and maybe he'll be running the city here soon too. It's going to be a tight race. We won't get into that today. We'll keep it all in the fun stuff today.
That's right.
Yeah. I was going to go down maybe some memory lane action on the Tragically Hip. And so I was, and I'll ask you a couple of memories as well, but I was hardcore hip guy.
From where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm from Cambridge, Ontario.
Cambridge, okay.
Cambridge, Kitchener area.
Okay.
So it blew up there, and we followed them around we followed them everywhere. We were hardcores, and so it was born right away. Like I was a Zeppelin guy, all Led Zepp hardcore, and then when the hip started exploding, but there were two. I guess there's a whole bunch of highlights, but one area that really sticks out for me, and it was almost like a bittersweet moment, and it's they do touch on it in the doc, and I'm sure this has touched you in your life too, but like. They were my world at the time, and then they got the Saturday Night Live appearance, and I remember all of us buddies. I'm like, oh my God, this is it.
Yeah,
like they're going global.
Yeah,
and it was as Day for Night released, and so Day for Night had just released when they went on there. And so anyway, I just remember we all watched. We were all drinking our beers and smoking pot and doing whatever we did. Watched that Saturday Night Live, and we were just all of us. I just remember going, "Blow It High Dough, New Orleans, like hit them with the good shit, like rock." And then they didn't.
And then they hit him with Grace 2.
They hit him with Grace 2, which turned out to be
just
so much more epic. It was just the wildest time because I remember. I was angry at first. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And then I was like, he turned it into this epic performance. And then it was like, they're actually only ours.
Yeah, that's right.
They're truly only Canadian.
Yeah.
You don't get to have them.
Yeah.
Which I'll never forget that moment watching them for sure.
Well, you asked about our relationship with the band, so to speak. And I didn't answer that too terribly much. I forgot what I was gonna tell you.
That's okay. You've met? Have you met some of the band?
No.
I have.
No. Yeah.
I lucked out.
Yeah. No, I never have. I feel like I have. I feel like they're my neighbor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how they roll, even in their hometown.
That's right.
Yeah.
But we've met with Jake Gold a couple of times.
Okay.
Number of conversations with Jake.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to get a little advice from Jake, and he told me to go slow, which I think is good advice.
Go slow.
Let's go slow.
Okay.
Right? Just take it easy. Go slow. Don't blow your brains out.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, exactly. Have fun. Have fun with it. Yeah.
Well, you're building an incredible. I think it's a fantastic idea, and I do love that it started kind of from almost nothing, a joy of being together, and you looked at the celebration, and now you've turned into this national I think it could be a juggernaut. I mean, I think I don't want to get you overexcited, but it is the hip. Like, how do you not? And then you're also showcasing other local talents, right? Like other opening acts.
Yeah.
Like we've got Jade Elephant here.
Just won Rock Performance of the Year for their at the YYC Music Awards for Rock Album of the Year.
Yeah, incredible.
They're great kids. I mean, I call them kids. They're not kids, but man, what a band!
Yeah,
man,
they're super talented.
The world needs to see these guys too.
Yeah,
you know.
And who else have you got opening in some of the other towns?
So in Kelowna, Bush Party, or Kamloops party band.
Yeah,
right. Because we want it to be a party atmosphere.
Yes.
We've got a band called the Main Street Exiles, who are a 7-piece Rolling Stones tribute act in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Opening for us. We've got a solo artist in Regina, JJ Voss. We've got Doc Darrell and his All-Star Country Review opening in Saskatoon.
Yeah.
So in Edmonton, who we got opening in Edmonton? I can't remember. Neil up in Edmonton are what we call chapter head. So kind of our boots on the ground volunteer in Edmonton. He's he really wraps his arms around the idea.
He does, eh?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
which is great. They all do. Paul in Winnipeg, who's our chapter head there, and Mark in Kelowna.
Yeah,
they give a lot, man. Like it takes a lot of time and effort and energy.
It has to be a lot of work.
It's a lot of work getting people to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're promoting.
You're promoting, right?
And you're not a promoter. I mean, you are now.
Yeah, it feels like that, but it's not my day job.
Yeah.
This is what I do in my spare time.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
And now you've got, you're in
6 cities.
6 cities.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I think it's inevitable. You're going to be in Ontario, obviously.
Yeah. We made lots of good relationships the last year in Ontario.
Did you?
So, yeah. And so one of our volunteers, a gentleman named Ian, he's kind of our head of chapter development.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's kind of out there establishing relationships in communities with hip tribute bands, but also like key volunteers and charities. So we stitch that together early so that they can work together to build it into a thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so the work for an October event starts in January.
Yeah. Oh, I can't even imagine. Yeah, it's going to be a second full-time job that doesn't pay. But again, it's for the love and the community and putting on a good party, like you say, party atmosphere, right?
Party atmosphere. Yeah. Good time.
Yeah.
Social. Community oriented.
Yeah.
Just bring fun people together and good things happen.
Well, that's kind of how they just resonated. That's just their persona. I was going to say my buddies rip me all the time because of me saying that I met the band, as they should. But I did. So I played hockey out at Acadia University.
Okay.
Went out there, and so our captain, who is from Kingston,
All right,
excellent hockey player. Everybody was diehard hip.
Sure.
And so this was 96, 95, around that era, and so. The year that we won the national championship, Wheat Kings was just the room thing. And then, Superstition plays in, and then that just became our song. That was the song for the year. We would sing it in a huddle in the bar.
Yep. I get it.
Cheers,
I totally
right?
Get it.
That was just the thing. But years later, I went to visit Clancy. And I always called him a name dropper, like jokingly, who we got here this time, because he's a big wheel, right? Bobby Big Wheel. And I went back to visit at his cottage in Kingston, and I said, who are we hanging out with this weekend? And he goes, just the Tragically Hip. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So anyway, we went to his cottage, Thousand Lakes or Thousand Islands? Thousand Islands in Kingston anyway. We went out there, and Paul Langlois was staying with him at his cottage on the island. I guess I don't know how it works with these small islands, but he basically had a place on his island, and we hung out with him all weekend. No, like him and his wife, and I mean this was a long time ago.
Sure,
early 2000s.
Okay,
02, 03. I don't know. Just an unreal guy, super normal, chill, hung out.
Oh man, I can just imagine the setting like that you're in lake country, on an island. Hang like could life get better from there?
Hard not to fanboy. I did.
sure.
Yeah, I'll get ripped for this too. But we may have done a midnight canoe run and smoked a big fatty on the water that night on midnight. But,
So Jake O'Brien,
Yeah.
with Oil Patch Brotherhood, who connected
Yep.
you and I,
Yep.
he is a really charitable guy too, right?
Yes.
So he supports the Gordie Howe Pro-Am tournament every year, right? I think he and Mark put a team in, and
Yep.
that thing is a big event.
It's big. It's very big.
Huge.
Yeah, raised a lot of money.
And so Jake asked us if we would play at the after party at Barcelona. And
He told me that. I didn't. Yeah.
and we had a fun night. We had a really fun night.
Yeah.
And do you know what Terry Ryan is?
Oh yeah. No. Well, actually, he's going to come in here.
Is that right?
Yeah. we talk quite a bit. It's a long story, but anyway, yeah. His next swing through. He's going to come in here.
Well, so Terry Ryan told me at that at that show, I think in between sets, his story about meeting Gord, which was really cool too. You have to ask him to tell it on air.
Ah.
So I had a podcast. So this is part of what being a novice promoter is. So, you just throw out shots in the dark. So I threw out a shot in the dark to Alan Cross.
Yeah.
And Alan Cross got back to me like that. And so Alan and I had organized a 3-part podcast series on the past, the present, and the future of GEDfest.
Oh, nice.
And so I've still got that in the jar. He's let me put that in the bank.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the capacity to find the quality of guests I wanted for on that show.
Sure.
Because it's Alan Cross. It's Alan,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Big deal.
big deal.
Yeah.
That voice,
Oh, it's next level.
next level, right?
Yeah.
And so Terry was going to be on that show, telling the story he told me when we played at Jake's event on the show, because my goal was to get somebody to tell a Gord story too.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't want this just to be a promotional thing. I want to
Tell an authentic story.
That's
yeah.
that's right. So anyhow, ask him about it.
Okay.
Ask him
Cool.
about it.
Oh, he's a piece of work.
He is. He sure is.
Yeah, he's a funny
He is
guy.
a funny guy.
Okay, well, so where can people buy tickets? Where can people find you? Websites, all that stuff, handles.
www.gedfest.ca, GEDfest.ca. On there's got ticket links, direct donation links, information about the bands, information about the events. Everything's on gedfest.ca.
Okay.
Really active on particularly Instagram. So, we put out some we have some fun with Instagram. I showed you that clip of Jayon, right, which was something super fun for us.
It's great.
And we got one with Matthew Barnaby was at that same show.
That's right. Yeah, Jake showed me that.
Yeah. So
yeah, he's a funny guy too. So
well, we got Barnaby to shoot a 30-second segment about Trickle Down, because he was like, "You guys are amazing," and so I sent him a message back afterwards and said, "Would you say that on camera?"
Yeah, yeah, I need proof of this.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and so he did. He was good enough to send us back a video, and
Yeah.
and so that'll come out sometime. Who knows when? I don't.
Who knows
put
when?
that out.
Yeah, you got to pump it all out there right now. So October 18th, all over the place.
Yep.
Firing it up. Check you out on Instagram. So Instagram, Facebook, I guess your website as well. The shows must be getting. I mean, this is go time here in like 18 days. So
That's right.
Got to be getting close to sold out, if not sold out in some.
Yeah, I mean, all of our VIP type experiences are spoken
toast.
for,
Yeah.
are toast. I mean, thank you to all of our supporters.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some general admission. There's some GA tickets left. Those will go fast.
Okay.
And there are some seated reserved tables.
Okay.
Those would be like high top fours, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
I think those will probably sell out probably in the next kind of week or so.
Yeah.
So, and then the GA, it's a big four. Like, it's a big venue.
That's a huge venue. What's the capacity over there?
Well, we're using half
what do
the
you-
room.
Yeah.
So, 1,500. Geez, sorry about that. 1,500 or something or other like that.
Yeah.
Based on our room configuration, because we're making sections for, VIP experiences.
Yeah.
So, we should be able to put on a show that's fun but comfortable.
Fun and comfy and
fun and
intimate
company and intimate, right? Some
Yeah.
couches in some of the sections.
Oh my God.
Bring everybody close to the stage. Kind of force everybody in there tight.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it should be good.
It's going to be
should
amazing.
Be good.
I can't wait. Well, hey, Kathy, we'll edit that.
There's someone behind me. I don't know.
Yeah, happy to have you. I'm glad
Thank
you
you,
got
buddy.
in here. I can't wait to see the show.
Thank you.
Make sure everybody gets out there and supports.
All righty. Thank
Awesome
you.
to have you.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.